Hey everybody, and welcome back to Fresh Set. I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Kevin. Oh,
and we are back, and it was the Dutch Grand Prix. It was the first race back since the summer break. Yeah.
In 3 weeks. In 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Which felt a lot longer, but it was the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. Always a good one. It's obviously Dutch Grand Prix, Max's home race. His official home race.
Yeah, his official home race.
He's got a couple other little ones there, but
everybody in orange, and it's confusing because
very confusing.
Feel like it's the Dutch orange. It's more of like a neon orange than a papaya.
And then you have to scan for the actual papaya orange people.
Yeah.
But before we jump into that, just a reminder to, if you follow us, or please follow us on social media at Fresh Set Podcast, wherever you are on social media. And then wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, YouTube at Fresh Set Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, follow, all the things.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's out of the way.
That's it.
So
get into all the messed up things that happened this weekend. Yeah,
I mean, I will say, for a first race back after a 3-week break, cinema with that Martin Scorsese.
Yeah. Amazing.
Cinema. Yeah. It was underdog stories, Cinderella stories, people falling from
horror
the top.
Stories.
Penalties left, right, and center.
It wasn't even, it was a rain day, but nobody went on wet. Any kind of wet tire. No.
It was just
everybody. It was just a fucking weekend.
Yeah. Starting on Friday, though, we see a lot of what you would kind of call the veteran drivers. Some of the more experienced drivers really struggling back in the car for... we see Lewis, Max, Lance, and Alex Albon all crash.
Yeah.
Between practices, whichever FP1, 2, or 3.
Lance's crash was so bad that he couldn't participate in FP3.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Yeah. Just a mess. George and Fernando, it came in so close to a massive accident going into the pit lane. So it was kind of just like this weird group of people that don't usually make mistakes, don't usually crash. That you don't often see Max beach a car and have to get out.
Well, maybe stop spending so much time on a boat eating caviar, get your sea legs off you, and
honestly, we do see Lance crash from time to time,
and we will again.
Yeah, and we will multiple times this weekend.
Yeah.
So practices, that was kind of the most notable thing about practice, I would say, was just you don't often see a Lewis crash. You don't often see a Max crash, especially in a practice.
No, not when you're going full out.
Yeah, we see them spin out, do a spin, a 360 or 180 and keep going, or catch the spin. But yeah. And then qualifying. Lance with another crash.
Yep.
Into the barriers, but he's able to bring it back to the pit, which really sucks because the mechanics had worked through the night because of the crash.
They broke curfew, and that's why he was penalized and couldn't partake in FP3 because they had to break curfew to fix his car. Yeah.
Which they don't let them do that because the car is technically in parc ferme. Like, you're not allowed to work on it after a certain amount of time. And so they broke that, took the penalty. They worked on the car all night. We're like, hey, got a car back for you. Goes out 2 laps, crashes it in Q1.
it's got to suck for the FIA person too, because there has to be an FIA person there present while they're fixing this car to make sure that the car is set up exactly the way it's supposed to be, or was, and that they don't do anything untoward overnight.
Yeah.
So this person stayed up there all night too, and then he or she must have seen it and been like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was that person that was like, "You crashed already? Penalty." They're like, another penalty.
2 laps.
They're just gonna throw everything at him. So that was just a yellow flag. There was no red flag there. We just had the red flags during practices. But so that was a flag because he was able to get the car back. I think there was a little bit of debris that they had to clean up, but it didn't really impact qualifying. Everybody kind of kept going pretty quickly. What else did we have? Q1.
Q1, not
suspects.
much. I mean, you had Behrman, Ocon, who had terrible showings this weekend. Well, at least in qualifying. 18th and 19th, Nico in 17th, and Colapinto in 16th. So, the ones we'd expect to see.
Yeah. Q2, kind of saying. Oh, this was Yuki getting into Q2, which has been really good to see Yuki get into Q2.
I was scared there for a second because I saw him low, and then he was on his last lap. I'm like, he's not going to make it. Like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. And it looked weird because it was like the time that he was putting up and where he was like crossing the finish line. You're like, no, this doesn't make sense. It's not. And then he like somehow was able to get out of it. But
yeah. Well, I mean, we could talk about it after, but what bothers me is that now everybody's kind of just forgotten about Yuki already. It's kind of just like he's not. I mean, we've talked about it already as well. Is where he's just gonna finish out the year and he's done with Red Bull because there have been comments and rumblings and even questions from the media after the race about that second seat already. We'll talk about it after, but
we'll talk
so
about
I don't
it.
spoil.
Yeah, because it is a bit of a spoiler.
It is. Yeah, that's why I was about to say it. Then I'm like, I should just hold off here for a sec.
Yeah. So Q2, Yuki gets into Q2, but doesn't make it out of Q2. And if you're watching on YouTube,
sorry,
poor Kevin is having a hard time coughing.
I'm sick right now. You can probably hear it in my voice. So I am trying my best to mute the mic while I cough, and thankfully you're recognizing that and continuing to talk.
Yeah, but I was just like looked over and I'm like, you're just having a hard time there.
Yeah,
but anyways, so Yuki makes it into Q2, and that's where it stays. If I remember correctly, 11th.
Yes, that is 12th.
12th. Okay. See, somewhat good memory.
Q1 we have Kimi out, which is surprising. Seems to just kind of like from all his good showings, just kind of just coming back to earth. I don't want to say he's doing worse. I mean, he's a rookie in a Mercedes, so I think he's just kind of coming back to earth in this second half. Well, it's second half now, but in the last few races. But Kimi 11, Yuki 12, Bortoleto in 13 again, really driving the hell out of that kick Sauber.
Yeah,
interesting to see what he does in an Audi. And then Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon.
Yeah. And then on to Q, which again is kind of the group that we are expecting in that Q2 group.
Yeah.
For the most part. They've kind of been there. And then on to Q3, nothing crazy.
No.
But I mean,
yes.
The Ferraris kind of fall off.
The Ferraris kind of fall off. The big thing for me, I mean, you usually see a Williams into Q3. This time it's Carlos.
Yeah.
And it's the 2 Red Bulls. Or RBs, Visa Cash App, whatever you want to call them, Racing Bulls, whatever they are now. Liam in 8th, and Isaac Hadjar putting himself into 4th. Yeah.
With crazy time. And I mean, the McLarens they put up their times. Max does a run, not a great time. But the McLarens go for their second runs, and this is the second race in a row. I mean, we haven't raced in 3 weeks, but the same thing happened in the last race, is that they put up these good times. They go and try and beat those times, and then they do worse than what they had done before.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre, and I don't know if it's a fuel thing, what it is, but all of a sudden the McLarens, when they put up the one time, they just seem to can't make it better after that.
Yeah. Well, Oscar did.
Wasn't he down on
He
time?
was behind Lando, and he ended up putting, or unless it was earlier, but he ended up putting himself 1/100th faster than Lando. Maybe it was his first run.
Yeah, I think it was the first one. But yeah, so we have Oscar on pole. We have Lando in second, Max third, and Hadjar in fourth. And I mean, we have
Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Lawson, Sainz, Alonso.
Yeah. And going into the race, we hear that Stroll, or obviously Stroll was going to be, he didn't put up a time at all, so he was going to be in 20th. And then race day, we see Bierman, who was qualified 17th?
19th.
Okay, cool. 19th. He was going to be starting from the pit lane, so Stroll gets promoted to 19th.
They swapped the worst positions. That's great.
Yeah. And yeah, so that was kind of it going into the race. Formation lap. During the formation lap, we see, which is a race of it's a 72 laps.
Yes.
During the formation lap, we hear that Lewis Hamilton.
Not formation lap. The reconnaissance lap.
Yes, but we heard it on the formation lap. That's when it started. But during that, what's it
drive
called?
to their grid spot.
Yeah.
The reconnaissance lap. So basically, it's to take a leisurely stroll around the track to remember.
Yeah.
Whatever.
To get to the grid.
Their grid.
To then do the formation lap. Lewis Hamilton had a yellow flag infringement, which was going to be looked at after the race. So he's about to go into this race already with a tick against his name.
Yes.
And, he's just got to have a good race at this point. And, now you know at the back of your mind, you've got to think about this for the whole race, which I'm sure they're professionals enough to put it out of your mind. But
maybe that affected.
Maybe. Yeah. But they do the formation lap. They come around and lights on, lights off. I thought it was such a chaotic start.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody had a good start.
Yeah.
But
nobody.
It was just chaotic.
Nobody crashed. It looked like they were inches away from, or centimeters away from, just having a massive pileup.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we've kind of talked about this before. You'll see, probably the driver in P1 to cut off the one in P2 or to cut off in P3. They will be in their lane and then kind of swerve over to block that person, depending on where the racing line is at that track.
Yeah.
Oscar's swerve over to block Lando looked like an insane, hand over hand turn.
Yeah.
Like it looked like he cut right over. And but it did allow Max to make a lunge, and he was able to get up into.
He got ahead of Lando into turn 1, and then I think Lando got it right back into turn 2, 3.
Yeah. It was pretty quick. I mean, it wasn't an easy overtake. I think Max actually got onto some gravel or some dirt and
he was on the outside.
Skidded a little bit.
Yeah, there was some dust somewhere for some reason. All you just saw was brown dust dust just kicked up in the air, which he almost lost the car there.
Yeah. But they didn't come together. He was able to keep it together himself and, kind of continue the race. And then we really start to see just fantastic driving from everybody. And I did message you at one point.
It was a great race.
Later on in the race, but I did message you and I kind of said, everybody just has balls all of a sudden. people are making moves. Hajar, who we know qualified in fourth in that Racing Bulls Visa Cash App, is holding up two Ferraris, a Mercedes, his teammate, an Aston Martin. He is frustrating the hell out of everybody.
And I said to you at the beginning, I said I feel bad for him because I feel like he's just going to get destroyed in these first couple laps. Like I thought it was gonna be no contest for them to just pass
bully him
in the first, at least in the first 10 laps.
Yeah, bully him out of the way. And I think he messed with so many people's races that they didn't know kind of what to do.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he raced great.
Yeah, I think he really did.
Probably, and he had driver of the day, but he raced probably the most perfect race of anybody other than Oscar, of anybody out there.
Yeah. Albon was up 5 spots in the first lap, like lap and a half, which is also insane. Lando and Max they were doing that bit of jockeying. Max kept that second place for a little bit, and then Lando got him, and then it was a really nice overtake by Lando. An overtake we don't typically see Lando do. It was a gutsy, aggressive overtake. And I think even who did we have this weekend? It was Crofty this weekend and Karun Chandok. They even were like, whoa, weren't expecting that from Lando, and it was great.
Well, it wasn't a DRS takeover on the straight.
No, not at all. And then from there, the McLarens again just kind of take off. They weren't, the usual 12 seconds ahead, but they were far enough away.
I think Oscar at some point, probably his biggest lead is probably about 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Big Max is probably somewhere in the 5 to 6 seconds behind Lando at some point.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible.
No. No. Lap 20, we hear there's a little bit of rain. And we see the midfield to the back of the grid start to do pit changes. Like we said before, nobody got inters, nobody got wets.
I was surprised.
But they were making their pit stops because it was maybe time with the tires that they already had. Strategy calls, what they were going to be doing. But and then lap 23, I guess it's kind of 23, 22. We hear Lewis get on the radio and he's like, we've got to undercut these guys. Like, we've got to do something to get ahead to do this. Within seconds of Lewis, or of seconds of us hearing that radio, Lewis crashes. And he is out of the race. He just loses. He has some oversteering. He crashes on that kind of banked corner.
The bank corner,
which is where Daniel Ricciardo broke his wrist. I think that's where Lance crashed in qualifying. Like, I think it's not a great corner.
Well, I feel like, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but if he's trying the undercut, he's probably trying to go as fast as he can, and maybe he takes too much speed into that corner, and then it just carries you. And it looked like, and it had just started to drizzle. Don't know if there was maybe some wetness on the paint, that Aramco paint that they have over there, which Lando's very quickly to say, did he crash because he slipped on the green paint? And they said, yeah, maybe. That's what we're thinking. It's like, well, it would have been good if you told me that. Paint's wet. We've seen people slide on the white paint of the lines of on just regular the white lines.
Yeah.
The paint's wet.
You're the one that called that it was raining. Yeah. So he was,
Mommy, I burnt myself on the stove. You didn't tell me it's hot. Like, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. It was a pretty sassy radio message, and Will Josephs was just like, okay, got it. He just paid him no mind at all.
Settle down, Karen.
Yeah. But that created a safety car, which kind of helps the people that hadn't come into the pits. They were able to get that safety car. Sainz goes in for Sainz goes in to get some new tires. He comes out battling with Liam Lawson, and they come together. Both of them losing tires. And
Yeah.
I think Liam's tire was off completely.
Liam's was off completely.
Carlos was
deflated.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we hear later on that Carlos gets a 10-second penalty for it. Everybody is flabbergasted. Carlos definitely was not expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he kind of gives this threat. We will be speaking with the FIA.
Tell them I want to talk to them after the race.
Which I'm not sure if you heard this, but they refused.
They denied him. Yeah.
They refused to speak to him.
Which is a chicken shit move. Yeah. Back up your decision.
Yeah. Own it. Stand on it.
Explain it then.
Yeah. I think that's all he wanted to. I think all of us kind of want to know. Everybody that they kind of spoke to about it, the commentators that, they had different team principals that they were speaking to. They were looking at the rule book, analyzing, and I mean, they even said, we've got to take a look at this in slow motion, on an analytical side of it. It seemed fair on both sides, but maybe we missed it.
I can't remember which tire, because I remember it was Liam's back left tire. I can't remember which tire was on Sainz's car, because Sainz just goes off on Liam, basically, in an interview. And says, he's just a dangerous driver who doesn't respect side-by-side racing. And, it's not the first time this has happened. We talked about it. It's only happened to Spanish-speaking people. But that's a discussion for another day. Liam was out. Liam was very calm and in an interview. And obviously, because he's probably happy because he doesn't have a time penalty. Yeah. Says, the rule is if you have that apex, you have the right to that corner. And he definitely didn't have the apex. I don't remember it exactly.
I don't.
That's why I'm trying to think, because if it was his front right over Liam's back left, then Liam obviously has right to the corner. But I can't remember. Either way.
Yeah. He gets a 10-second penalty. He's not able to plead his case, which, I mean, at that point, what are you going to do? But, so a couple laps after that, though, there's still debris from those two. Because people have now driven over the debris that was remaining on the track. Yeah. And so it's now just splintered it everywhere. So there's debris. So there's a virtual safety car just so the marshals can get some of that up very quick. All it does is reduce people's speed. They gotta slow down. Then we get racing again, and Charles, I guess he
had come in for a pit.
Tires,
yeah. And he'd come out just ahead of Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was it 1 or 2 laps later? Same lap? I think it was 1 lap later, because he was quite a bit ahead of Kimi before they came together. Or when he got out of the pit lane.
Yeah, he comes out just ahead of him. But Kimi, you said Kimi had gone in before. Were they covering off an undertake?
Kimi was coming down the straight.
Right.
Kimi was coming down the straight.
Yeah. And they go to the same banking corner, which you do tend to be, the racing line is a higher on the banking.
Yeah.
And Charles goes up where he's supposed to. Kimi decides to go mid-bank.
Yeah, inside a little bit.
Which, again, I mean, you can make that move. If you want to try a different line, you're absolutely able to try a different line if you think that's going to work for you. Maybe don't try it when there's a car above you.
I haven't seen a lot of overtakes on that banked corner.
Yeah.
Probably because, and watching back on his hands, he probably just took too much speed into that corner.
Yeah.
And he just went right into Charles.
Yeah. And just the initial impact from Kimi just obliterates the Ferrari.
Yeah.
that Ferrari is being held together by like safety pins because it just like it just
Yep.
fell apart. Like, and then obviously he starts hitting the wall and the rumble strips or whatever you want to call them, and then everything is just falling off the car at that point. But
yeah, Ferrari's terrible day, and they didn't even do it this time.
yeah, well, Lewis did it actually. Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
mean,
well, yeah,
the
Lewis did
strategist.
it. Yes.
The
Yeah, it wasn't the pit crew.
Yeah. And so that creates a safety car. And this is like lap
40?
50. I think it's
50?
actually even later than that. It was like in the 50s. And I don't know why, but Charles is not able to get into like a moped, any sort of car that can
that was
take
very
him.
odd. I think he just wanted to be left alone. Because he finds a random photographer's chair or whatever it was and sits in it, looks completely sad. And these people won't leave him alone. Like, they're just in his face, taking pictures.
No.
Then he goes on the crest of a hill and just sits by himself.
Yeah.
Like he's the saddest puppy in the world.
And and somebody gives him a phone. Did you see that? But he ends up getting a phone.
I didn't see that. Did they just forget to pick up their driveway?
And he's like watching something. I don't know if he's watching Sky Sports.
Or maybe he's watching the incident back. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to say it was like lap 53, 50, somewhere in like the early 50s. And he stays there until the end of the race, which is 72 laps.
Was it the end of the race?
Sitting there the entire
I didn't realize
time.
it was the whole time.
Yeah. And it's like, is there nobody that can send like a scooter for the guy? Like,
well, oh no, it was for the other DNF.
Yeah.
That the vehicle did show up. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he called and said, "Don't send anybody. I don't want to see anybody right now."
Yeah. He was probably
these pictures are good for my brand.
Yeah. So that creates a safety car, which both McLarens still being 1-2, very close to each other. They both pit, but we know it's going to be a bit of a long safety car, and they have to pick up. The safety car is going to have to pick up the first place person.
Yeah.
So they decide to do the double stack,
and they end up unlapping everybody too.
Yeah. But not that these need to be. You still want to have good pit stops, obviously, at this point, but both sticky pit stops. The tires are kind of stuck on both of those cars. And so they're slower stops than normal. I think Lando's was second, and I think it was like a 4-point something stop.
Yeah. Well, there was also, was it that pit stop? I think it was that pit stop where it was that issue where the light went green, but the jack hadn't come down yet.
It was the one before.
And so it
yeah.
was the one before.
Yeah.
So he almost runs over his jack guy.
Yeah. That
name sucks.
Yeah. Well, skip right
what do you
over
do?
that.
I'm a jack guy.
I'm a jack guy. Yeah, so the race starts over again. Antonelli ends up getting a 10-second penalty for taking Charles out.
Yeah. He also received, and I didn't realize this, a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So he received 15 seconds in total.
Yeah.
So take a guess where he ended up. But anyways.
Rough day for him.
Yeah.
So lap 66, we have Lando kind of gaining on Oscar, possibly going to be able to catch him by the end of the race. And Lando comes over the radio and complains about smelling something funny and
cockpit.
Smoke.
Yeah.
And
something burning in his cockpit.
Yeah.
Also,
and
terrible line.
Yeah. Glad you're saying these and not me.
Say them all day long.
Yeah. And so we kind of get like the camera pans over to Lando's car, and there's definitely smoke coming out of the car, and then I guess he kind of dips a little bit lower, or altitude of where he's coming from, and you could see the bottom of the car, and it's on fire. Like there was flames coming out of it, and he just kind of pulls the car over. A McLaren DNF, and he just couldn't race it anymore. And I mean, the radio was saying, "Can you get the car back?" And he was like, "Nope, stopped it. I'm out."
It's on fire. It's on fire. And then we have the same gets out, just walks out of the car, sits on the side of the grass, and just sits there like a sad puppy. Again,
I mean, he's only got a few laps left, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he has more to be sad about than Charles, I think.
Yeah.
And Martin Brundle screwed him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Martin Brundle on, I guess it was a Sky Sports podcast before, or maybe it was somebody else. I don't know. It was on a podcast or an interview. It goes on, whatever he's on, and says that if one of these McLaren drivers DNFs, that's the end of their season. Sure enough, next race, Lando
one of them
DNFs. I wonder if he's going to backtrack and say, well, it's only 34 points. He's behind, and there's still how many races? We got 13, 11.
I think this was 14, so 10, 11.
10, 11, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah.
Oscar could still DNF. I think it's a little presumptuous to say that if one of them DNFs, they're not going to have any problems, because now we're starting to see mechanical problems on an Aston Martin. Sorry, a McLaren.
Yeah. Well, and
But shame on you, Martin.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I asked you, I'm like, do you think McLaren is going to, like last week on our episode, I said, do you think McLaren's going to continue, or are we going to see a fall? Is this the beginning of a fall? No, but it's not good for them. You don't want to be, it's not good for Lando, definitely. Is this something that I think will linger in Lando's mind? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of said, Karun said it. If we get to Abu Dhabi and Lando's points wise down by one race, by not getting second place, or even third place, because of one race, it's going to be sitting in his brain.
You could also think that he could go on and win the next 7 and make up those points and take the lead. It's only 34 points, and the difference between first place and second place is 7 points.
Yeah,
I mean, you could slowly chip away at it.
Yeah,
but you have to be perfect.
And Oscar's not gonna let you just skate on by.
I mean, in terms of what we talked about last week, McLaren still has it in the bag. Yeah. Right now they're at, where was I? 584 points. Ferrari's at 260. They've got the constructors. There's no way, unless for whatever reason, Lewis and Charles go 1-2 for the rest of the season. They haven't had a 1-2 or a 1. So
a 1-2 or a 1.
Yeah. So it's not going to happen. It's close in the second and third, but I think Lando's he's still in it. I think it's unfair to say that, he doesn't.
I don't think he's out of it.
No.
I don't think he's out of it. I think, but these are the little mistakes, and this wasn't his fault. There's a car failure.
Mechanical, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is got to sting even more.
Yeah. But these are the little things that they can't do. And I think, I think we kind of mentioned this as well, but, if you want to start pulling out the impossible math for Max, or before the DNF this weekend, the impossible math that people try and do of, if these people don't do this and these people fall here. But these are the little mistakes that if there's a DNF and Max still finishes ahead of you, he's now chipping away. Is he going to win? No. But could he put pressure on second?
Sure.
Maybe.
He's 70 points behind.
Right. So he could, you have these little DNFs here and there. They're not good. It's not like you're way, way ahead.
Yeah.
And then you have one DNF. Fine.
Well,
but
this is McLaren's really first mechanical failure that we've seen this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're getting into the territory where they might use a new internal combustion engine. They might need a new power unit, which might cost them some places. It might be a little bit harder to claw back from, depending on which track we're at. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that there could be some bad races coming up for McLaren.
Yeah. It's not. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But I do kind of think the championships are locked up. I think Oscar's he's a shoe-in for it.
I think he has. I would put him in the 90th percentile of that. Well, you never know what could happen.
Yeah,
We don't know.
That's true.
Right? He could try to get somebody around somebody on a blue flag, and they just have a bad day, and he's out, and all of a sudden that championship is wide open again.
Yeah. That's true.
Anything. There could be rain somewhere, and he loses it.
Yeah. If we have like another Brazil, like a last year Brazil where we have a yellow flag that messes things.
And all of a sudden the Alpines are on the podium.
Yeah. I mean, nobody cares about sprints. We've got 3 sprints left. I think a lot of people are going to care about sprints.
Yeah.
With these extra little points here and there, I think we're going to see some really good sprint races for the last 3 that we have.
24 points up for grabs on those last.
Yeah.
Well, first place on those last ones.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be a good. This DNF probably is adding a little bit more drama to the end of this season, the second half of this season. Anyways, Lando's out. So we have a safety car for a little bit of time. There's the question of, we're on lap 66. How quickly are they going to be able to clean this up? Are we going to be able to get back racing? The answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
And we have a Oscar. This is his 3rd restart in this race.
Yep.
Third restart. And he absolutely dominates all 3 of those restarts.
Not even close.
Yeah. We would say like Max in years gone by, excellent on a race restart, which he still is. But Oscar is still, he's on that path of being, a restart specialist. But with Lando out, this now changes the order, which is now Oscar in first, Max in second, and Hadjar, who was in 4th and stayed in 4th and frustrated everybody, is now in 3rd. This is potential for his first. He thought he was getting a 4th place position.
Yeah.
They did an interview with him before, like, what are the chances? He's like, there's no way. There's no way I'm getting a podium. He got the podium.
You just need the right things to happen at the right time, and the wrong things to happen for the right person.
For other people. Yeah. And so, the race they go back racing. Oscar gets away from Max pretty pretty easily. And the three of them kind of get away from who was in fourth at that point. Russell, yeah. They get away from him. George had some damage to his car from, I don't even know, from an overtake with Charles.
Come together with Charles, yeah.
A while ago.
There was never a thing about it, which everybody said they didn't come together, but they were, there was no way they didn't.
There was damage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he wasn't going to really be pressuring Hadjar to the point of like taking the position.
Yeah.
And I had texted you and said, if George takes out Hadjar, he will never live it down. No. I think everybody in the F1 world would hate him if he took out Hadjar. But yeah, so the race finishes with Oscar in first, Max in second, and Hadjar getting his first podium in third. And it was, I think everybody was more excited for that than
I think
anything.
So. Even Oscar said it in his post-race interview. He's like, he knew he was going to be, his race win was going to be overshot. I mean, he got to first and he stayed there and he never lost. It was like, they didn't even show him this weekend, really, unless it was a restart. And he knew it was going to be overshadowed by Hadjar's podium. It was funny because he got in there, he got out of his car, and a couple people went to say congratulations to him. Zach gave him a little pat on the back, and then he's searching around. He didn't even know where to go, where his team was. He was so confused. It was,
Yeah. It's funny when you see somebody get a podium for the first time, especially like a rookie, because this is the first time for them. Like, somebody that's been on racing before, like they kind of know, okay, we got to go here or whatever. But yeah, it's funny. But I mean, he got his trophy. Immediately broke it. And I think it was just too much pressure on like the weakest point of it because he didn't.
It was
It
just no, he
fell
was just
before.
holding it, and he picked it up, and he didn't drop it.
No.
It just snapped. It was just poor craftsmanship.
Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, so good for him.
And I'm seeing a lot of things this week. And there was how not to do a first podium celebration. So like when Hulk was there, nobody went and basically celebrated with him, which is shitty.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, they had, because they brought McLaren's CFO up, who's been there for a while, and Isaac immediately goes to shower her with champagne, and then the other two, Max and Oscar, go to shower Isaac with champagne, and it was the right way to do it because the last time sucked.
It was just better, which is like we're seeing some different people on podiums this year. I mean, for a while it's been the same, McLaren, Oscar, Lando, and somebody else.
This year is Oscar,
yeah. But it's nice to see some of these. It's a Lewis, it's a George, it's a Charles. Now it's some of these people that they only have one podium, or none.
Yeah.
In the case of this year, we have Hulk.
Yeah.
Isaac. Kimmy
was on there. Yeah.
So I mean, these are three people that. I mean, Hulk's been here, and then two rookies.
But he's never had one.
It's great. Yeah. So, but yeah, great overall. I think it was it was a good race.
So now the questions went to, so what I was talking about before, there's the rumors that Isaac Hadjar might. This is before even the race started. That Isaac Hadjar might be in the Red Bull seat next year, or he's been rumored to be in the Red Bull seat next year. And so the first thing that the reporters do, or the media does, in the post-race interview, first thing they asked was, if you're in that seat next year, how hard would it be to race against Max? And they played it off, and Max said terrible. It would be terrible. Isaac said, I don't want to race against him. I don't like him. They all played it off, but like, give it a rest.
Give it 5 minutes. Give him a break.
Yuki's still in the seat. Now, it's pretty sure that he's not going to be in the seat. I don't want Isaac to be in the Red Bull. If it's as hard as it is to drive, he's having success. Let him stay there.
Yeah. If I were him, I would not want to be. And like all the memes that are coming out of like Isaac, like seeing, doing so well, meaning that you're going to get promoted. And it's like,
is it really a promotion?
Yeah. I mean, he is in the second fastest Red Bull car right now. So, I mean, I'd be like, I will go to Red Bull if we can take this car. This one right here. But we do know the cars are all going to be different next year. Is it possible that the Red Bull...
Well, you're putting in
the discrepancy of the two Red Bull cars next year. Maybe not because of the new.
I'm very scared. I'm very scared for Red Bull because you have two completely unknowns. You have a new car, and then you have Ford. Yeah. No idea what's going to happen next year.
Yeah. And all the rule changes. The DRS is different.
And simulations are only simulations. We don't know how it's going to translate on track. So.
Yeah. My just speaking with my dad about it, he thinks this is the next couple years will be the Red Bull at the back of the pack years, which every team goes through it.
Yeah,
every team, they're at the top for however. Look at Williams.
Yeah,
Williams won everything, and then they for years were the last team, like dead last, and now they're slowly building back up. Slowly, but they're getting there. So my dad's like, no, this is Red Bull. It's gonna be their time.
It's a bold claim. Okay. I don't disagree with it, but it's a bold claim.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the Dutch Grand Prix. But I mean, overall, great race because a Bierman.
Oh, I was gonna say we didn't even talk about who, because everything below 3 and below was completely all over the place, except for George
Yeah.
in fourth.
Yeah.
Albon in fifth, Behrman in sixth, Stroll in seventh. So from 19th and 20th, both of them went to 6th and 7th. Yuki in
Yeah.
ninth, and Ocon in 10th, who came from, what was it? 18th.
Yeah. And I mean, these are, like we've kind of been saying, these are cars that, I don't want to say they're not supposed to be there, but that's not where they've been finishing. That's not what their car is producing, being in 7th.
Stroll crashed in practice. He crashed in qualifying, starts in last, and finishes in P7.
Insane.
That smug bastard.
Driver of the day.
No, that was Isaac. That was Isaac.
No. It's definitely, you're not going to give him any sort of credit.
No.
But yeah,
I'll give him credit for finishing in 7th, but that's about it. Just
that's where it stops. Just
three claps.
Three claps. Yeah. So, do we have any news?
Do we have any news? Hamilton is going to get a 5-place grid penalty for that for Monza for not slowing down in the double waved yellows, or at least not slowing down significantly enough. So it is a 10-place grid penalty for a double waved yellow infraction, but because he lifted, but they just didn't think it was significant enough, they're going to give him a 5.
AKA Ferrari went in there and they're like, "Hey, it's a home race. We've been doing shit. Give us a break.
We bring in the money for this."
Yeah, believe Monza will pay for everything.
Yeah.
So
that was really. I had one more news, but other than that, it was just Colton Herta, the IndyCar driver, who was I always thought was going to be the Cadillac driver, although I didn't think it through, obviously, because he is going to be joining Prema Racing for Formula 2 next year. And this is aiming to earn enough super license points, for Formula 1 in 2027. So when I said he was just going to drive Formula 1, I forgot about the super license.
True.
Who knows? Maybe Bottas or Perez, thank you. Only have a 1-year contract and just see how it goes, kind of thing.
Yeah, which I guess that kind of happened this week. I mean, we talked about it on our episode last week, and it was all but confirmed. And then we released the episode, and then it was confirmed that it is going to be Perez and Bottas next year.
Cadillac realized we were talking about it. It's like, well, we might as well put it in.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, they did it exactly how we said. It wasn't going to be individual. It was going to be
tandem.
Here are both. Here are both. I love how they also did it. They're just in like t-shirts
in the style of John Wick with Keanu Reeves. I love that.
But they were just like, here's my gray and black t-shirt. This is we're joining. It's like so American. Like I just you just have to say it.
But then Bottas, which I was very happy about, Bottas had his own flair added to it, where he was with a bottle of champagne on one of those hydrofoil boards or whatever they are, which Cadillac put out there as well, and then he put out him falling off of it. So it looks like they're going to allow him to keep his personality while he's on the team.
I think it's going to be
it's going to be
a shit show in the best way possible.
Yeah,
like I think they're just going to hire.
It better.
It's just they've just got. I think they just have to like go guns blazing,
balls to the wall.
And it'll land. But so official, we know who that team is.
Officially official.
But fresh set, sturdy air.
I mean, I have to. It's obvious, but I have to give my fresh set to. There were a lot of great finishers, and I'll even give that to Stroll. So that I'll give him that. But my fresh set has to be Isaac. It has to be. I thought he was going to fail miserably. Not fail miserably, but I just thought he just wasn't going to have the staying power to be there in fourth. And he did it. He like I said, other than Oscar, he drove the perfect race.
Yeah.
And it paid off tenfold for him. So it's hard not to give it to him.
Yeah. I actually, you mentioned Oscar. I had written down both of them. Hadjar, obvious, no question there. But Oscar I know we didn't see a lot of him, but he had a race where he didn't take off. Like, he was still pretty close, and he was just racing really well. No real issues with his car. Communication with the team, everything was just working out. He had a great weekend in terms of he got the four-peat or whatever you want to call it. Fastest lap.
Yeah.
Took pole.
Grand Slam in Formula One.
Grand Slam. Yeah. So, what is it?
Qualifying first.
Qualifying
fastest lap.
Pole.
Yeah. Fastest lap. And it wasn't driver of the day.
Winning. It wasn't driver of the day. What's the fourth one?
I forget now.
Yeah, anyways. He got that. And so just great weekend for him. And then just the race in general. It was a really good
leading every lap of the race.
Leading every lap. Yeah. Yes. So it was just a good race.
Yeah.
Like, there were incidents, but
beginning to end. Other
than the Carlos Sainz 10-second penalty, I wasn't really angry with the FIA, like or the stewards or anything. Like,
well, let's wait for my dirty air.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways,
I mean, you don't have to be mad at them, but
it was a good race back after nothing for 3 weeks. So yeah. Okay, dirty air.
Mine will be the FIA. Now, it's not as bad as it's been in previous weeks that we've talked, or previous races. The Lewis, I don't know why they had double waved yellows at the last turn before the pit entrance on the reconnaissance lap. I'm guessing maybe there was a little drizzle there or something. I don't know. It was odd.
Is it because the teams are on the grid? Is that why?
No, because they were informed this weekend that there was going to be a double waved yellow on the reconnaissance lap.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't think it's usual.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it's usual because they said this weekend. But either, it's mostly focused on the Carlos incident.
Yeah.
You came out with a great explanation of why Lewis got that and what you considered significant versus non-significant. They had, between 10 and 20%. He was going this fast and whatever. They had all the telemetry. They explained everything. You can't give somebody a penalty. I mean, you could. They did. You shouldn't give somebody a penalty and then not allow for an explanation.
Okay, if you don't want to tell us, you need to tell them.
That's your that's your responsibility as the governing body. You want to give it to them, fine. Have a reason why and have data to back it up and say, this is where it is, like it or don't like it, but this is what our ruling is. Yeah. Not just slam the door, lock it, barricade it. We don't want to see him. He's going to come in here waving his finger and I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the threat on the radio that they were like, we don't want to see him.
Yeah.
We don't want him to come in here.
Have the balls to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. My dirty air, I didn't have anything for my dirty air. I mean, I'm going to go with another obvious. Just really hard. It's not totally their fault, but Ferrari going into Monza this weekend. That's tough. I mean, you're going into your home race. You haven't had a great season. Yes, you're in second place.
Can't get worse.
Yeah. But going into your home race after a double DNF, that's got to be tough. But again, it's not like what happened to Charles wasn't his fault. Lewis, okay,
could be.
Yeah. But it just kind of sucked. A really shitty weekend for them. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's the Dutch Grand Prix. We will be back next week with a review of Monza, which is always
in
fun.
Italy. Okay, I thought you were like, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have that where I can just finish the sentences.
No.
So
that's always a fun race.
Yeah.
I think it's the fans that make
it's a quick track too. It's a racetrack.
Yeah. So Oscar will do well. Or you know what? At this point, we don't know. We have no idea what's going to happen.
I could see it coming together of those McLarens. I thought it was going to happen this weekend.
I was kind of nervous it was going to happen this weekend, but it didn't happen. The car just blew up instead.
Yeah, exactly.
But we will be back
Too much
with you
smoke in
guys.
that cockpit. Anyways.
That's how we had to end it.
Yep.
But we will be back next week with another review. We'll see you then.
Yep. Grab a fresh set.
Bye.